Hi, second grade. All right, we are going to do math 5.8. Okay, and today it is problem solving, and we're going to be using subtraction today. So our learning target is solve two-step subtraction problems. And I'm going to underline this two-step. That's the most important thing that we'll be doing today. There's going to be two steps for every problem. Okay, so it says model the story. Newton collects 58 flowers. He gives 27 away. How many flowers does Newton have left? Okay, I'm going to underline what I know. I'm going to circle what I know. So I circle what I know. Circle what I know. Okay, and this last part is my question. How many flowers does Newton have left? So I'm going to underline that. Okay. Now I'm going to have a subtraction problem. So I have this 58. So I'm going to use that, 58. And he gives 27 away. So if you give something away, that's obviously subtraction, right? So 58 subtract our 27. Okay, so now we can solve. How many flowers does Newton have left is what this answer is going to show us. So let's solve this. I'm going to do the break apart. So I'm going to make this 20 into 7. So let's go 58 minus 20 is 48, 38, right? And then we still have to do the 7. So 38 minus 7. I know 30 is going to stay there. And then I know I have my 8 and my 7 in my ones place. And I know 8 minus 7 is 1, right? So here's my answer for the flowers, 31. Newton has 31 flowers left, right? Okay, now this is what we're going to call step number 1. Okay, this is, this is the equation, and all I really did was I solved it, right? And that's my answer. But now we have another part of our equation. So I'm going to call this part step number 2. So now it says Newton gives 11 more flowers away. How many flowers does Newton have now? Okay, so this one, if you were just looking at this one by itself, you go, I don't know what this is talking about. It just says the number 11. Well, that's why it's step 2. You have to look at the information you did up here, and you're doing another step to solve. Okay, so what are we going to use from step 1? Well, we're going to use our answer first. So we have our answer 31. Let's bring that answer down here. So we know 31 is how many flowers Newton has, right? It says Newton gives 11 more flowers away. Let's circle that. How many flowers does Newton have now? So now I know this 11 is what I need to subtract from 31. So 31 subtract 11 equals what? Now we have to solve. I'm going to use a number line. So I'm going to go like this, my number line. I'm going to start at my smaller number, which is 11. And I'm going to jump by 10s. We've got, that's 21 and 31. And I'm done, right? So it's 21, 31. Okay, perfect. So I jump to 10, into 10. And what did I get? 10 and 10? It's 10 plus 10. It's 20. Right? So how many flowers does Newton have now? Oops, there it is. Sorry, 10 and 10. It's 20. He has 20 flowers. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. There's going to be 2 steps in each of these problems, and I think every time you take whatever answer you got in the first step, you have to bring it down to the second step, step 2. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and turn the page. All right, here is an example. Now, if you remember yesterday, you can solve all these problems however you'd like to. You can use compensation, the number line, or you can break them apart into tens and ones. Okay, so this, when they solved this one, it's just how they did it. Obviously, they did one way, and the other one they did another way. So we'll see it as an example. So this one says, there are 53 people on a bus. 9 exit at the first stop. 17 exit at the second stop. How many people are still on the bus? Okay, so what did they do first? They circled what they knew. So they circled that. They circled that little tidbit and that. Okay, and then they underlined the question. How many people are still on the bus? Okay, circle what you know, underline what you need to find. Okay, now they're solving. So this is their step 1. So they did find the number of people on the first bus after the first stop. Okay, so there are 53 people, so they did 53. And then 9 exit the first stop. Okay, so they did 53 minus 9. Okay, that's the problem. And now they're solving. They used compensation, right? Because they added 1 to get 10. So now they have 53 minus 10 is 43. They're not done because they still need to add that 1. So they added 1 and they got 44. Okay, 44 is the answer. I'm going to circle it. To their step 1. They're not done though, right? Because we still have another number in our problem up here. 17 exit at the second stop. So let's go on to step 2. Subtract the number of people who exit at the second stop from your result in step 1. That's a result. It's an answer. It's a result, right? In step 1. So now look at this, 44. Look at, we brought it over, right? That was our answer from there. So we have 44 subtract that number up there, 17. 44 subtract 17 equals what? And that's the problem. Now they're solving. How do they solve this one? They used the number line. They added to subtract. So they started, well, actually looks like they started at 44 and they went back actually. So they went back by 10. So they went back by 10 and then they went back by 4 to get to a 30. And then they went back by 3. Now you might be going, I'm not sure why they did that, Mrs. Lehman. But if you look up here, 44 is where they started. 44. Right, they went back. Did they go back 17? We'll see, they went back a 10. Went back a 4. That's 14. What's 14 and then 3 more? That's 17. So they subtracted 17. So when they did all that, they went 34, 30, and they ended at 27. They ended at 27. Now this one, after step 2, in step 2, this one is our final answer here. So that's the answer. Okay? All right, so that's kind of what we're working on today. Let's go ahead and try the first one together. Okay, they don't give you much room, but we'll try our best. Okay. So it says number 1, there are 60 kids at a summer camp. 26 are swimming. 15 are playing soccer. The rest are hiking. How many kids are hiking? Okay, so first things first, let's just circle what we know. All right, we know there's 60 kids, camp, 26 swimming, 15 soccer, Mr. hiking. How many kids are hiking? Okay, so I know the first equation is going to start with 60, right? 60, and then let's just subtract this so we know how many are left here. So we have 60, and we're going to subtract 26. Okay? All right, so now all you have to do is, however you want to solve that, you can solve it. I think I'm going to do, let's do compensation. So that's 26, it's almost 30. So let's add 4 to that, 26. If I add 4 to that 26, it's going to make it 30, right? So let's rewrite that. So we've got 60 minus 30. That's a lot easier. Is 30, right? And then we still need to add our 4. So add 4 to that. It's 34. Okay? I'm just going to put a little like squiggle here so I know this is my, I don't have to write this, but this is my step 1, right? That's my answer. Now over here, I'm going to write, this is my step 2 area. Step 2. Okay, because I'm not done. All right, so I have 60 and then 26, we're good. All right, 15 are playing soccer. So let's take that number, 34, and subtract the 15. So I've got 34 subtract my 15. Okay, now however you want to solve, we can solve this. Let's do the breakaway. So I'm going to take 15 and break it up into 10, and then it has the 5. So I have 34 subtract 10. It's 34 subtract 10. Good, 24. Okay, now I'm not done because I still have to do the ones place there. So I have 24 minus that 5. Okay, what's 24? Take away 5. Well, I know it's going to be not 20, one less than 20, so it's going to be 19. I'm going to circle that. Okay, so I have my step 1, I got 34. I took that 34 and brought it to my step 2. And then my step 2, I got a new answer here. That's my final answer. That's how many kids were hiking. So that's where I put up here 19. 19 kids were hiking. Okay. All right, let's try number 2. All right. All right, it says your class recycled 72 cans. You collected 18 of them. Your friend collected 9. The other students collected the rest. How many cans did the other students collect? All right, circle what you know. Okay, and always underline the question. How many cans did the other students collect? Okay. All right, so let's write our equation. So I know I have a big number there. So I've got 70, and I'm going to write just so that we get used to it. Step number 1, we've got 72. And I collected 18. So let's go ahead and subtract that 18. All right, and when I subtract the 18, let's do compensation. It's close to 20. So if I add 2, that 72 the 72 minus becomes 72 minus 20, which is not 62, but 52. And I'm not done because I have to add that 2. So now I have 54, right? That's my answer to step 1. I'm going to kind of give myself some more room. All right, this is step number 2. All right, so I have this 54, don't forget. Let's keep on reading. So I've got my 72, my 18. Your friend collected 9. Okay, so I need to get that 9 out as well. So I take my 54, and subtract my 9. Let's do compensation. It's so close to 10. So I'm going to add 1 to that 9. So I have 54 minus not 9 now, but 10. That's 54 minus 10. 44. Very good. Now I'm not done because I still have to add that 10 or that 1 to that as well. So I have to add 1 to 44, which is 45. So that's my answer right there. So I have 45 cans. That's how many cans the other students collected. 45 cans. Okay? All right, let's do number 3. 98 people visit the library in a week. 34 visit on Monday. 14 visit on Tuesday. How many people visit the library the rest of the week? Okay, so circle information, you know. Good. And then that question word how, right? The question word how tells me that's a question. I need to find that out. Okay. All right, so I'll start off. We have 98. And I'm just going to write step 1. I think that helps us. Step 1. So we have 98. And then let's subtract that 34. Okay. And I'm going to break apart. So let's go 30. Let's go 4. So 98 subtract 30. So 98, 88, 78. It's going to be 68, right? So that's a 30. So it does subtract that 4. So I have 68 subtract that 4, right? So 68 subtract 4. I know the tens place is going to still stay 60. And the ones place, 8 and the 4. 8 and the 4, if you subtract those, 8 minus 4, it's 4. So that's my answer to step 1. Okay, here's my space for step 2. Okay, so step 2. Okay, so now I have my 34 I already used, and then I have 14 people visit on Tuesday. So I'm going to take the 64, put it over here in step 2. Okay, and subtract my 14. Okay, what does that equal? So let's go ahead. I'm going to do the break apart for this one too. So let's break this up into its tens, which is 10, and its ones, which is 4. So now we have 64 minus the 10 is 54. Okay, and then the ones is 54 subtract the 4, that's 50. Okay, and that's our answer there. So we have 50, that's what we put right in there. So 50 people visit the library the rest of the week. All right, the last one, number 4. Number 4. All right, this one says you have 61 stickers. You give 24 stickers to your friend. Then you get 6 more stickers. How many stickers do you have now? All right, circle what you know. Good, good, good. And that right there. And then the how, that is our question. So we underline our question. Very good. Okay, so I have my big number there. I've got my 61. Okay, I give 24 stickers to my friend, so I'm going to subtract 24, right? 61, I gave away 24. All right, let's figure that out. And let's do the break apart. This one's kind of nice for 20 and 4. So we got 61 minus 20 is not 54, or it's not 51, but 41. And then we've got 41. We've still got to subtract the 4. This one's a little hard because I have to go back a little bit more for this one. So I could even do a number line if I wanted to. Let's say I had 41, go back 1, it's 40, and then go back 3 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 40, 39, 38, 37. Right? 37. So that's my answer for my step 1. Get my space for over here. So I have my 37. This is then you get 6 more stickers. This one sounds a little different. Then you get 6 more stickers. So I have 37 left. So let's put my 37 up there. Now, am I going to go 37 subtract 6? Then you get 6 more? Or am I going to go 37 plus 6? Okay, which one do you think you use? Then you get 6 more stickers. Does that sound like that's the equation? Or this one? Okay, if you get more, it's going to be this addition. So it's not subtraction this time. So we have 37 plus 6. Okay, and I'm going to use a number line for this one. So we have, let's start at 37. Let's jump to 40. That's 3. And then jump 3 more, because that's my 6. 43, right? 43. 37 plus the 6. It's 43. So we have 43 stickers. That one was a little tricky. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop right there. We're going to go to the next page. This practice 5.8 is your homework. Okay, you guys should do a great job.